So what is going on, everyone? Fernando Silva here with another video, and happy Data Privacy Week, everybody. I wanted to make a video highlighting this week specifically because it is Data Privacy Week, and something did happen internally within the family that could have been honestly avoided if the necessary precautions were taken advantage of. So when MalwareBytes actually reached out to sponsor this video, I thought it was a perfect match to be able to show you guys a tool to help avoid these unnecessary ransomware and phishing email situations that really take a toll on users and just people out on the internet, especially on the personal side. So this video might be a little bit different than the ones I usually do, but it's time for a story, so let's get into this video, and thanks again to MalwareBytes for sponsoring this video. So a few months back, during the whole crypto craze, when Bitcoin was hitting 60,000+ and Ethereum was 4,000+, and everybody was kind of throwing their money into this crypto world and being able to invest and make some money on the side, my mom actually had an email which looked like it was coming from Coinbase. My mom used Coinbase every single day to make sure that her crypto portfolio was up to date, making her investments whenever she wanted to, pulling out whenever she needed to and things like that. So getting an email from Coinbase was pretty natural, pretty normal, something that she did occasionally get in terms of verification to make sure that it is her going to that Coinbase account. So this email was no different. It looked like a very legit Coinbase email. My mom showed it to me after the fact, and it basically had her log in to verify that it was her to make sure that nobody else was accessing that account. So my mom, not really thinking twice about it, and especially during this huge crypto surge where she was in it pretty much every single day, she opened up the email, clicked on the link to sign in, put her information in, and then you guys might be able to know what happens next. So after signing in, nothing really happened. It was part of the normal process, and she didn't really think about it again until the next day when she went to sign into her Coinbase account. She opened up her phone, tried to sign into the Coinbase account, and it said that she was locked out. She thought that was kind of weird, so then she went to her desktop, tried to sign in again, and she was totally locked out of her Coinbase account. And then if you guys are in the crypto space or using any exchanges, then you know firsthand how the customer support or customer service works with these crypto-based exchanges. They're very slow, they take weeks and weeks, maybe even months to get things resolved. There's usually not a live person that you can talk to. It's all done via email and chat, and it's probably done overseas and things like that. So long story short, 4 weeks later, they finally were able to get her access to her account. And then she was able to finally log back into her Coinbase account, and when she opened it, all of her crypto was absolutely gone. Like, all of it was gone. All of her different coins, or Bitcoin or Ethereum, she was playing around with some other altcoins. Everything was totally wiped out and her account read zero.
Oh! Oh! It went to zero!
I mean, don't get me wrong, it wasn't like a life-changing amount of money, but it was still a decent amount of money, especially something that my mom was proud of, that she was able to grow. She spent months and months, building that portfolio, and then one day to the next, it was totally gone. So she tried to appeal the whole process, but again, nothing could really be done. Coinbase couldn't do anything. It wasn't like enough money to get law enforcement involved, and even if they did get involved, they're not going to be able to do anything, so she couldn't even go that route and take a legal action. So she was sitting there with her account back. Yes, it was hers, but all of her money was gone. So now she's completely turned off by crypto. She's turned off by, the idea of investing. So it was kind of detrimental to her because she worked very hard on it. She was very proud of what she'd been able to build. But again, one day to the next, with one simple email click and one login, everything was wiped out and she couldn't do anything about it. So I actually come from a data privacy and security kind of background, and I always tell people that the best type of antivirus or security software, or just security in general from an IT perspective, at the end of the day, it's just user education. That is what I always tell people, that the best type of antivirus is yourself and knowing exactly what you're getting yourself into when it comes to these ransomware and phishing emails and all these other things that do come to light, especially nowadays in 2022. But at the same time, unless you're in a corporate structure where you're actually mandated to learn all these different types of phishing attacks and things like that, from a personal side, a lot of people don't have time to learn and understand what to look out for and what to avoid when it comes to somebody trying to get you to click a certain link and things like that. And a lot of these emails have gotten so good that you just trust them and you think they are coming from the right source. But now that's where MalwareBytes does step in. So all of this could have been avoided with my mom if she had something like MalwareBytes. MalwareBytes could have scanned her computer, which MalwareBytes does scan your computer on a daily basis, your iPhone and your iPad as well. And it could have found that phishing email, let my mom know about it, and been like, hey, avoid this email. Once you see it in your actual inbox, just go ahead and delete it right away. And then if my mom did have MalwareBytes during this time, then she wouldn't have had to worry about her crypto being stolen. She wouldn't have been out all the money that she lost in crypto. She wouldn't be turned off by the idea of crypto being hacked and her money being taken. So everything could have been totally avoided if she just used something like MalwareBytes. So that's a perfect segue into actually showing you what MalwareBytes is, how it could protect you, how to actually use it, what it actually looks for, and then honestly, how to get it. Because most people look at a company like MalwareBytes or a software like MalwareBytes and they look at it kind of like an insurance policy, and a lot of people don't really want to spend money on insurance policies. They try to avoid that at all costs. But something like MalwareBytes, they even have a free version that could have helped avoid all this. So I definitely recommend sticking around and learning how to use it. So let's get right into it. So I do highly recommend clicking the link in the description and following along with me real quick to see exactly how this works. It'd be easier if you guys just download it, or you can download it after, whatever you guys think. And again, like I said, it's absolutely free, and MalwareBytes has a ton of great reviews on the App Store and on the Mac App Store, so highly recommend them if you guys don't have any sort of antivirus or phishing and ransomware protection. Make sure that you get yourself one, and MalwareBytes is a great suggestion or a great starting point to figure out what you need. So once you get into the actual link, this is what you're greeted with. So MalwareBytes brings you to their 14-day premium trial. So they do have two versions. They have a free version and a premium trial version. The free version basically just doesn't give you real-time analytics. So if you do want to actually scan your computer, you have to go into the application itself and then actually scan your computer manually and make sure that it gets done that way, versus with the premium version, it does do it automatically. You can set it to do it on a daily basis, on an hourly basis if you want, whatever the case may be. But once you click on the link, it's going to start to auto-download, so don't worry about it. Just let it download, let it do its thing, and then it lets you know exactly what's going on. So in the last 30 days, they've stopped over 44 million malware and PUPs, 35 million malicious sites, 2 million plus exploits, and over 35,000 ransomware attacks. And then this is a breakdown of what you can get, because they also have a nice VPN product, which I do use also, but you have the premium version, which is $40 a year, and then you have the premium plus VPN, which is $60 a year. So if you guys do want to hop on a VPN, and you're not using one of the big players like Nord or Surfshark or things like that, and you just want to kind of bundle it all together, MalwareBytes does have that option for you. And again, it does work for any type of computer. So it works with Windows, Mac, iOS, Android. It works on Chrome, so if you have a Chromebook, it even works on there. So overall, absolutely love what they do have on there. And then again, you do have the VPN ability down here. So you get all the nice features that a VPN would bring you, like being able to watch Netflix in another country while still being in the US and things like that. But it also helps from a security standpoint to make sure that you're not being tracked at all times. So one thing to note when you do download it, even though it is a free version, they do give you 14 days free of that premium version, so you can test it out, see if it's worth it to you to go with the premium versus the free trial. So it's up to you whether you want to go with the premium or just stick with the free version of the software. But again, you get 14 days of the premium trial, and that's what you're seeing right now. So it's very easy. This is the user interface. It lets you know how many more days you have left in the premium trial, and all you have to do is scan. And then you can see how quickly it does scan. So it only took about 3 seconds. It scanned almost 75,000 items. 0 threats detected, 0 PUPs detected, and there's even a little info button. So if you want to find out what that means, so these threats include malware, viruses, and anything that can harm your computer. Then PUPs or PUPs are potentially unwanted programs. So these are programs, again, that you just might not know are on your computer and should be removed. So do not pose a threat, but may take up space and are slowing down your computer. Then you have detections ignored, detections quarantined, and then you can view the report. And this is where it lets you know exactly what item is actually posing a threat to your computer or your iPhone or your iPadOS device, which is awesome to see. So that all looks good. You even have the reports tab over here to let you know when you actually got initiated. So I have a couple of manual ones that I ran, and then a couple of scheduled ones that ran in the background. And then you can just get rid of them all, keep them there, or go back to the scanner. So this software would have been able to find that email that my mom got from Coinbase, or quote unquote from Coinbase, and would have protected her against this phishing attack, because these emails are getting so real looking. I remember back in the day when we used to get old PayPal emails that would let you know, like, hey, you owe this much money, or hey, your PayPal account needs to be logged back in. But you could kind of tell, especially if you were in those emails a lot. But now these emails are getting pretty pristine. But then you have the settings menu, which I do want to show off. So it lets you know automatically remove old items from quarantine. You have your My Account section, your scheduled scans, and then you have an advanced section that gives you an idea of how much CPU usage is being used up. So it determines how much processing power MalwareBytes uses during a system scan. And one other big selling point about MalwareBytes is that the actual software itself is tiny in terms of how many megabytes it is. I think they quote it as being only as much as like 3 songs, so I think it's like 15 or 20 megabytes total. So if you have something that doesn't have a lot of space, or that doesn't have a big hard drive, you're still going to be fine being able to download this and run it pretty seamlessly. And then I also wanted to show quickly off the MalwareBytes iPadOS application, because this is an iPad channel. We got to make sure that we're covering everything when it comes to the iPad. So on the iPad itself, it works pretty well because it has 2 main functions on the iPad. So it has a web protection, which we can click on here and find out what it means. So it's web protection stops you from accidentally visiting sites that contain scams when you use Safari. To activate this feature, upgrade to premium. And then also ad blocking. So you can actually go in and use this as an extension. And I've mentioned extensions in the past before to be able to ad block, and it works extremely well. So having those extensions on the iPad Pro is always great to have. And then you have the ability to allow certain things on your phone or from the web. And then even on the iOS side, you can see that call protection is available on the iPhone, and so is text message filtering available on the iPhone. So you're able to block calls automatically before they even come in, and same with text messages. So that's the application that you get on the iPad Pro / iOS or any iPhone as well. So I can't reiterate this enough, guys. Like, make sure that you're protected, especially on the personal side. Because I know that in the corporate world, if you work for a company that has like 100+ employees or obviously much bigger, they have certain IT protocols that help you learn a little bit more in terms of how to protect yourself, how to report phishing emails, how to get all that stuff done. But if you're on your own, if you're a solo dolo and you're working by yourself and you kind of run everything on a personal basis, there's nobody there to tell you to actually learn, to actually educate yourself, tell you, hey, download this software to make sure that you're being protected. So that's what the goal of this video is. I want to make sure that people, first of all, take into account that this is a real thing. Because I know a lot of people that don't think they could ever get hit with ransomware, but it happens. And it literally happened to my mom a few months ago. And sadly, she wasn't able to recover any of her data or any of her money or anything that involved that crypto portfolio, which is something sad because, again, it's going to deter her from investing. You know, she lost her money, she doesn't want to get involved with it anymore, and that all could have been avoided with something free like MalwareBytes. So definitely click on the link down below if you guys didn't already. Check it out, put it on your macOS device, on your Windows device. It works extremely well. There is a free version, like I mentioned, and there's a free permanent version. And with that free version, it's still permanent, so it's not like a freemium thing where you run out of time after a month or so. You can still use it on a free basis, but then you have the premium version and then the premium plus VPN version, which is all fine and dandy. And I think they're very fairly priced. But that's gonna do it for this video. Shout out MalwareBytes for sponsoring this video and coming in at the perfect time for Data Privacy Week, because I did want to make a video in regards to this in general. I wanted to tell that story about my mom to help protect you guys, because I know that Macs aren't super susceptible to being attacked. One of the selling points from Macs back in the day compared to Windows was that from a security standpoint, everything is way more closed up inside of that walled garden. But now, people are getting better, emails are coming in, a lot more people are using macOS products and iPad and iOS products. So people are falling for this stuff, and sadly, it does happen on a daily basis. But don't forget to stay protected. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Leave a comment down below if you guys are using any type of software like this, even if it isn't MalwareBytes. Like, I know Norton's been around for forever. There are other ones like Clean My Mac X and things like that. But MalwareBytes, really, really like this product. Highly recommend it. Click on the link down below if you guys do want to support. But that's going to do it for this video. So until next time, everybody.